Come on now, you gotta know this. Let's go, don't walk. Coach Moore, we're just about done.
This is how Aaron Flores coaches Coffeyville Ravens football.
How you feeling today?
With a golf cart, an amplified headset,
Let's my voice project.
and his oxygen tank.
So every time I take a breath, it kicks in.
Flores has a fluke condition. It's called acute interstitial lung disease. But the only thing that will take him off this field
Let me grab this again, I'm sorry. Nope.
is the call.
Literally waiting for the phone call to catch a flight out to Denver, Colorado to have a double lung transplant.
Doctors have told Flores 90% of people survive the first year after surgery. That number drops to 50% the second year. Being without football is not what scares Flores.
How do they remind you of you? What do you see in them?
I think they're caring.
These are his daughters, 6-year-old Ryan and 5-year-old Haley.
They're excited going, hey, when you get your new lungs, will you be able to go swimming with us?
It's the thought of leaving them that takes his breath away.
My daughter's not having their father to raise them. That's very difficult. My wife having to go on with 2 great kids and not have her husband with them for the rest of the journey.
Teaching his football players is his medicine.
You've worked too hard. You've done too many things the right way to go back and be influenced in a negative way. I get as much out of them as they probably ever gotten out of me. I probably get more. I think if I stepped away from that, my condition would only get worse.
There is a harsh reality. Flores will only get the lungs he needs from another family's tragedy. It's the ultimate gift, a gift he's willing to give someone else.
For some reason, it doesn't work out the way I want it to. Hopefully, me being an organ donor will help the quality of life of somebody else.
Just by checking off a box, someone can give these players the leader they've always needed.
To have an influence on a young man's life.
And these 2 little girls, their whole father for the first time.
What will it be like to take that first splash in the pool after you have your procedure done?
Oh, I can't. It'd be unbelievable just to see their expressions more than anything.
That would be the ultimate breath of fresh air. In Coffeyville, Kansas, covering news that matters, Jeff Kolb, Fox 23 News. They said his life was over.
I was hit by a truck and thrown 88 feet.
Being happy, impossible.
The doctors told us he would never walk. He would never talk.
Karaoke going back, yo. 1, 2, 3.
Tigers! Doctors gave Logan less than a 2% chance to survive. Today, he fulfilled one of his lifelong dreams.
And the University of Tulsa would like you to sign with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. You're being serious. Oh my. You knew this. It means so much. I have always wanted to sign.
With a full room and a countdown just for him.
3, 2, 1.
He did it. He signed a ceremonial letter of intent.
They are taking somebody's personal life goal and giving it back to them.
It gives me hope for everything.
Logan thanks God for his whole life, even the accident.
Because it's better to be alive than dead.
So proud of you.
Thank you. I still have a purpose on this earth.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love Logan.
Be a comedian, be a preacher, be a physical therapist.
And with this love for life,
It's been awesome meeting you today.
It's been awesome meeting you too, Jeff.
he'll keep running, one step at a time. In Broken Arrow, covering news that matters, Jeff Kolb, Fox 23 News.
The last time I saw my dad, he was sitting up in those stands right there.
It's the final image Chandler and Jordan Rogers have of their father, Bill, elated. Chandler had just beaten the second-ranked wrestler in the nation, but on his own, Bill had been wrestling with depression. The next day, he took his own life.
It was the toughest thing I've ever gone through, and I mean, it still hurts.
There's not a whole lot of comprehending that goes on.
I would imagine that there are people who have been through what you guys have been through, and they're mad at that person. Are you guys mad?
No, there's no anger. They're stored up towards my dad. What's it gonna do? You know, I'm gonna shake my fist at the skies or what? What's done is done.
And there are no tears to show you. This isn't a feel bad for me story. The Rogers brothers are simply moving forward by holding on closer than ever to their faith.
The only way that we were able to come out through this whole situation is solely because of God.
At times, the recovery has felt like war, with triggers going off, reminding them of what happened. For Chandler, the first trigger was wrestling practice.
I'm not going to get that 4:45 phone call from my dad after practice.
But here they are, strong, still fighting just over a year after losing their father. And this week, they have the chance to bring a national title home to Stillwater.
What would that mean to you with that lasting image of your father?
It'd be huge. He's got the best seat in the house, so he'll be there watching. I think it would be one of the most amazing things that could happen.
Win or not, the spirit the Rogers brothers are showing.
Got knocked down, needed to get back up.
It's a sign that nothing in this life can pin them down for good.
Are you guys back up?
Still getting up. I mean, there's days where you get knocked down and you just keep getting back up.
But you're not going to stop.
You can't, because life moves on.
No telling just yet what the ramifications from this will be for the OSU basketball program or the other schools around the nation involved in this. What we do know, according to today's complaint, is that Lamont Evans was accepting bribe payments before his time coaching here at OSU. Lamont Evans was hired as an assistant coach at Oklahoma State on April 4th, 2016. According to a complaint filed today by the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York, the day after OSU hired Evans, he contacted a manager he'd been accepting bribe payments from. On the call, Evans said OSU was, quote, a better job because it was better players, more business. When Brad Underwood left OSU for Illinois, Evans was one of 5 finalists interviewed to become the Cowboys' next head coach. Fellow assistant Mike Boynton beat Evans out for the job, but kept him as an associate head coach and recruiting coordinator.
He's a brother that I never had, a great friend, a tremendous coach, and he will be standing here one day.
OSU has suspended Evans right now with pay. It says it is cooperating with federal officials and has been in contact with the NCAA. Live in Stillwater, covering news that matters, Jeff Kolb, Fox 23 Sports. In March, Mike Boynton talked about Lamont Evans as a brother he never had. Today, he talked about the man facing FBI charges, a friend he apparently didn't know so well. Did you ever have any suspicions that this was going on with him?
No, I never had any suspicions.
True or false, the FBI investigation is very damaging for OSU's rookie head coach.
You're going to have to rebuild your name even if you're 100% innocent.
I understand that.
Boynton says he hasn't spoken at all with Evans since the news broke out last Tuesday. He was getting on a plane from OKC to Dallas at the time, then immediately got a return flight to Oklahoma. Boynton maintains he was shocked by the whole thing.
I've never worked on a staff that's been involved in these type of things, so it's news to me.
As the investigation goes on, so does the basketball. And with OSU's season tip-off at Gallagher-Iba Arena just a month away, Boynton was asked today if he feels he still has the support of athletic director Mike Holder.
I haven't felt that I haven't, so I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm still here.
There's an expectation now that the FBI's investigation will eventually expose the names of more coaches connected to these alleged crimes. As for Boynton, he says he slept well. Live in Stillwater, covering news that matters, Jeff Kolb, Fox 23 Sports.